Welcome, dear students. Today I am going to deal with the bulk method of selection in case of self-pollinated crops. If you see that this method was first time used by Nilsson Ehle in the year 1908 at Swallow Experimental Station in Sweden. Later on, other scientists started using this method in self-pollinated crops. If you see the application, it is suitable for handling segregating generations to develop new varieties in self-pollinated crops. Similar to your pedigree method, it is useful to handle the segregating generations. Of course, it is different from the pedigree method, but the ultimate objective is the same, that you are going to develop new crop varieties utilizing transgressive segregants. The way of selection is quite different than the pedigree method of breeding, pedigree method of selection, you can say. So if you see the purpose of this method to obtain homozygous lines after hybridization is also the purpose of pedigree method. Ultimately, you require homozygous line which you are going to develop as a new variety, waiting for opportunity for selection of homozygous plant. This is different from pedigree method. You can say that you are waiting till it reaches to the homozygous level. Then you are going to start your selection. So you are waiting for the opportunity for selection till your material is becoming homozygous. Up to that generation you are waiting, and this is helping the breeders provide opportunity for natural selection. Here you see, if you are not using selection in segregating generations, so all materials if you are growing, so whatever individual plants are weak or susceptible or undesirable to the nature, they are destroyed by the nature itself. Natural selection opportunity. Here you are using survival of the fittest, you can say. The nature is using its own selection ways. So this is the purpose of bulk method, and particularly if you see, you are waiting for the opportunity for selection till it becomes homozygous, and you are providing the opportunity, you are giving the opportunity for natural selection as well. Now you start the procedure. What is the procedure? In first year, what you are doing? You are selecting parents as per your objective. Whatever you are having your objective as per according to your area, according to the need of your location or zone or state or even country. So you are selecting two parents. Maybe multiple parents you can also select for making multiple crosses. So I'm considering two parents only. You are taking two parents for crossing, you are growing them in first year. This is parent 1 and this is parent 2. You are emasculating this, making female, and you are using pollen grains from parent 2 and you are pollinating it. So for this method also you don't require much more seed. Maybe one panicle is enough. If you are getting 20-30 seeds, that is enough. So, sorry, you have crossed, you have harvested the seed, you have taken that seed and you are going to grow those seeds in second year or second season. Here we have grown it. This will become F1. You have harvested the seed from female and you have grown in next season. This is F1. In F1, as you know that all plants are similar. Capital A is small a, capital B is small b, capital C small c. Maybe small d, small e, capital F is small f, like that. So, all the plants are similar, heterozygous but homogeneous. So, there is no scope of selection. But you go for space planting, you are providing more space, line to line and plant to plant distance, more than the recommended for that particular crop, so that your plants are very healthy and you can get more and more seed from F1 plants. And whatever seeds you are getting from F1 plants, those seeds will be F2 seeds, and if you are growing those seeds, they will be giving you the F2 plants, F2 generation. So in F1 you see that you have space planted and then you have harvested all the seeds in bulk. Then in next year, third year, you are growing F2 generation. This is planted at commercial seed rate. No more space is required, no more spacing. It is as per recommended spacing according to that particular crop. So here what you are going to grow, you are going to grow 30 to 50,000 plants. So more number of plants if you are growing in F2 generation, this is segregating generation, starting segregating generation, you are getting more number of transgressive segregant, chances are more. Then you are harvesting all the seeds in bulk. So if you are harvesting 30 to 50,000 plants, you are going to get large number of seeds. But again, you have to properly mix them. It is advisable that you mix them all the seeds and take the sample. From that, how much? Again 30 to 50,000 seeds for next season. So same thing you are repeating till F6 generation. Say for example 4th year to 7th year season or year. This is F3 to F6. As you have done in F2, similarly you are doing in F3 and going up to F6 till your material is becoming homozygous. So what is the benefit you see? That you have asked your technician that you grow these parents and you make P1 female, P2 male, make crosses, so many crosses. You can ask your technician to hybridize, make several crosses in the same year. That can be done. And the energy and skill of breeders is not required much here in this method. Every year you need not worry to go to the field for selection, because here you are not exercising selection. Just in F1 you have bulked, in F2 also whatever seeds you have grown, 30 to 50,000 plants, you are again bulking them and you are taking sample around 30 to 50,000 seeds again to grow in F3, and similarly. So you can ask your technician that please go on bulking, harvest in bulk, go on and go ahead with the growing the advancing the generations from F2 to up to F6. And since in F7 your material is, it is hoped that your material has become almost homozygous and homogeneous. But once you are harvesting all in bulk, here you see I have just made to just differentiate red, blue, black, everything, all types of plants are here. Then you are again harvesting it as harvested in F2 in bulk, and in earth year or earth season you are going to grow F7 generation. In F7 generation it is hoped that you are going to attain homozygosity. The plants which you are growing, they are attaining homozygosity. Of course, all types of plants are available. All transgressive segregants are, it is hoped that all transgressive segregants are available in, so all variable plants are available. Plants are homogeneous, plants are homozygous in F7 generation. Individual plants are homozygous, but your population is heterogeneous. Your whole F7 population is heterogeneous, but all individual plants are now homozygous. So what is that? Means now whatever plant, whatever transgressive segregants, whatever superior plants you are catching, you are selecting, you are harvesting, the progeny of that plant will be homozygous and homogeneous. There will not be variability in the progeny of that particular plant which you are selecting in your F7 generation. So of course here in bulk method, all the F7 plants are homozygous, but whole population is heterogeneous. So you have different types of plants in that which you need, which you require, which you have for which you have made the crosses as per your objective. You have selected your parents, then you go for selecting those plants here. So space planted 30 to 50,000 plants. Here space plant, why space planting? Because you are going to select the plants. So for to have easy approach in the field to select the plants, you are space planting them. All 30 to 50,000 plants, whatever area if you are having for 50,000 plants, you go for that. If you are having area for 30,000 plants, you go for that. Even then, if you are not having that much, you can reduce also. So superior plants are selected now. Whatever superior plants as per your objective you are getting, you select them. Selected plants are harvested separately. All the plants, maybe 100, 300, 400 plants you have selected. You are thinking that out of 30,000, 50,000 plants, 100 plants are superior. Don't worry for that. You select them, you harvest them separately to go grow progeny rows in next year. Because now your material has has become stabilized. So you sorry, you go for in next year, ninth year or ninth season, this is F8 generation, you go for individual plant progeny. You are growing individual plant progeny. If you see here, I am making just if it is blue, all rows are blue. If it is red, all rows are red. If it is black, all rows are black. If it is blue, all rows are blue. Means I am showing that if you have grown this row, if you have grown this row by the seed of a single plant which you have selected in superior plant in this generation, all plants will be like that, homogeneous and homozygous in F8 generation. So whatever line you are going to select, if you have got 100 plants, so 100 rows you grow, or 200 rows you grow, 2 rows of each, as you are having, whatever you are having, as per your area. So superior progenies are harvested separately. If out of 100 you have got 4, 5, 10, 15, whatever, superior progenies are seen, so you harvest those progenies separately. Say for example, if this first progeny is superior, you harvest all the plants and bulk it. If this third progeny is superior, you harvest all the plants of third progeny, bulk it separately. So first and third are bulked but separately. Separate progenies are bulked separately. Then you go for preliminary yield trial in next year. Now your material is stabilized. So say for example, if you have selected 2 out of 100, so it is supposed that you are going to develop 2 new varieties, two different new varieties. So in 10th year, what you are going, this is growing, you are growing F9 generation. Now go for preliminary yield trial along with check varieties. You put all checks, local check, zonal check, state check, national check, whatever checks you are having of that particular crop, you put all those checks in this preliminary yield trial and test, and you also test for biotic and abiotic if possible. You try to test these materials for biotic and abiotic resistance, as well as for quality test also. Quality test is also done if possible. Then select superior lines. You are having 2 lines or 3 lines advanced selected. So you have tested that and you have found that out of 3 lines which you have developed, 2 are doing excellent, superior to all the checks. So you are going to put these 2 lines, these 2 genotypes for All India coordinated trial. Here you are making All India coordinated trial 11th to 13th year, F10 to F12. You are growing your first year All India trial IVT, then AVT, second year AVT 1, and third year AVT 2. So in this way you are, so you have done your All India coordinated trials where all the checks are put, they are all coded and they are tested throughout the country, and if they are found superior to all the checks, they are promoted from IVT to AVT 1, AVT 1 to AVT 2. Then in F12, this is AVT 2. And if it is superior in all the trials, then you go for identification. In F12 itself, if you have prepared your proposal for identification, you go for its identification by the ICAR annual workshop. Every year annual workshop is held, so in that a separate meeting is conducted for variety identification. Once your variety is identified, this is ready for release, ready for notification. For then in next year you can go for its notification by CVRC, Central Varietal Release Committee. Without notification, if your variety has been identified, if not notified, if identified, then it cannot come in seed chain, breeder seed, foundation seed and certified seed. So you have to have notification of this through Central Variety Release Subcommittee, Government of India, Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India. So in 14th year or 14th season, F3 generation, you are going for seed multiplication as well as notification. Once your variety is notified and has come in the Gazette of Central Government, then it is circulated throughout the country that this variety with these qualities has been notified for seed multiplication, breeder, foundation and certified seed. So this is all about the procedure, and I will be dealing its merits and demerits in my next video. Thanking you very much.